Yeah, so I'm here with Tim Pierce, as you all know by now, and if you haven't, you're in for a treat. And even though I'm not playing at all in this video, he has so many pretty guitars laying around.
I do have a few.
I thought I'd grab one. So I'm super excited. We've been working on a hush-hush secret project for like a year now.
Yeah, we have.
Turned out freaking incredible.
Yeah.
And it's Tim breaking down every single how-to in a session man's life, but makes it practical for you. So we got how to play, rhythm, lead, layering.
What you think about when you play? Psychology,
Love
yeah.
that.
It's for everybody at every level too.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
If you look now, there's pedals, amps, guitars, how to get sounds. It's an encyclopedia of awesome for a guitar.
It is, and we back it 100%.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to play you one of the tracks that's on the actual, what do you call these things these days? It's not a DVD, it's a download. And we're going to show you an example of the Southern Rock jam track, which you created too.
Stuff I grew up with.
Wait. And if you order now, you get 5 insane session quality jam tracks.
Yeah, they're good ones.
From the man himself.
Yeah.
Good for you. You're awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so check it out. I'm going to leave all of the info below, how to get it, and also Tim's website. So make sure you check in the little description box down there below, and you can find out all the details.
Hey, so I start out this solo thinking about a D chord and an A chord, because that's what's going on underneath. So I'm doing major pentatonic, but it's kind of a southern, bluesy southern thing at the same time. So if you see the D chord up here, I'm above it, and I move from this D to this A thing here. Third finger, pull up. And then I smash the third finger across to the high E string. I kind of do the same thing when it lands on A, but I'm seeing this D chord here and this A chord here, and I'm playing above in the major pentatonic zone of each one. And the band goes from C to G on the next thing, and it's a very easy move at that point because you can just play the blues in D minor when that happens. So the band's going... And so then I'm likely to move down right here to D minor. I might end that phrase on a G because I know the band's going to G. So if I walk through those 4 chords again, it's D, A, C, G, and I do this. D, moves to A, band moves to C, I'm in D minor pentatonic. Band goes to G, and I land on a G note. So it's pretty simple in a way. Then the whole thing restarts, and just for variety, I might move down here to D major pentatonic. So we see this D chord here, we see this D chord here, here. Seeing D's everywhere. D major chord. And the D major pentatonic. A lot of times when I'm playing in a major pentatonic, I add 1 extra note, and it's usually the 4th. So I'm bringing in D sus to D. And then the band goes to A, because that's the next chord in the cycle. And because my hand is sitting right here, drop to the third of A. So we start. And there's a great example of doing a triad, piece of a chord, an arpeggio. And these triads are great to use. They make things more melodic. And when you're balancing it against blues playing, it's kind of a yin and yang kind of thing. It's good. See, I'm just tracing the chord notes of an A chord. And it's this obvious A right here. A sus to A. And then I think if my memory serves me, when it dropped to the G, my hand is just moving down the neck basically. My hand is right here in this A position. The band goes to C, and I do this kind of country, kind of Hendrixy, kind of country thing, where I'm playing the C chord here. And then the band goes to G, and I do this. So it's a 2 to 3 kind of scoop right here. And then on the G, walking down here. So then the band moves into B minor. It's B minor to G to D to A. Cycles around twice and then does a kind of a blues riff. And what I choose to do there is kind of free my mind up and just play blues in B minor. And then I aim for one destination, and that's when the band goes to A, because I like to kind of land on that chord note. So for the first 3 chords, the B minor, the G, and the D, I'm just playing B minor blues. And when the band goes to A, I like to end on a solid A chord note. It could be the A note, it could be the third of the A, it could be the fifth of the A. But I'll show you. Play a long phrase, and then I land on an A chord note. That time I was seeing the A up here, but it might be the A right here. So I'll try and demonstrate. B minor. Band goes to G. I'm still good in B minor. The band goes to D. I'm still good in B minor. But when the band goes to A, I like to follow. And do an A chord tone. So I'll demonstrate. I ended it with an A arpeggio, A triad. Back to B minor pentatonic. And that's just a personal preference. I think it sounds strong when the band goes to A for me to go to A. And then what happens is the band plays a riff. And the best thing for me to do is jump back up to D minor and play a solid D minor blues riff. And I have to be careful because what happens next, it goes straight to D major. It goes straight to D major. And that was my moment in the solo to actually kind of flash out and play fast. And what I do there is I do kind of my version of Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers, which I used to listen to them like crazy when I was 12. So once again, it's that D major pentatonic scale, but I'm always throwing in the fourth here and there. So it's a 5-note scale, the pentatonic scale. You can really recognize that from the Allman Brothers. But I add in the fourth. The 4 to 3. Little D chord fragments that are going on. And then I do position shifts with my hand in the middle of phrases. what I usually do is I pick a note and I drag my finger down to the next position in the middle of the phrase. See how that works? See how that works? I don't know if that's something you think about or not, but that's how I get around on the guitar, is by moving on one string with one finger in the middle of a phrase. It's as simple as that. If I want to move my hand, I think at the end of the solo I did something really radical and went way up. You can move up a half step. You can move up a whole step. You can move up 2 whole steps. And your hand is in a new position, and then you're open to doing all kinds of new stuff. So the way I do a fast riff, I'm just moving one finger on one string to get into a new position. It's probably my biggest device, my biggest trick for getting around on the guitar.
So thank you for joining us, Tim. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was awesome, and
Anytime.
it's always good to know how other people think about guitar.
Yep, and I discovered some thinking myself this time.
You did?
Yeah,
You
something I
have to
hadn't thought about before.
You actually have to think about it
Yeah,
these days.
I do.
Good for you.
Yeah.
See, I feel better already.
Yeah, never ends.
So again, check out the stuff down below. Visit Tim's site. He's got an awesome YouTube channel too, so make sure you check that out. All right, thanks for watching.
See you next time.